What's up, guys? It's your coach Dave here. It is Friday night. We just had dinner with the kids, had some barbecued chicken, some barbecued sausage and salad, and girls had some rice, and now we're outside. And I was going to go live over on our side patio over there at the house, but they're a little loud, they're a little wild, so I said, you know what, let me come out onto our deck of the pool to come talk to you guys. And the reason I want to come and do this video for you guys is I posted something earlier. I posted something earlier about that take the average of the income of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and that most likely will be your income. So I'll say it again. Take the average of the 5 people you spend most time with, their income, and that's most likely what your income's going to be. And I elaborate and I said, so if you want to upgrade your wealth, if you want to upgrade your success, you need to surround yourself with people that are more successful than you, people that are going to stretch you, people that are going to grow you, because then in fact you will be stretched and your income will grow. That's another fact. So I had a couple private messages, and I had a couple comments earlier, and people basically said, one says, David, does that mean, and he was joking, but I know people say this, David, does that mean you need to dump all your friends that aren't doing well, very successful? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't matter who your friends are now. The point being, like for me, guys, and I'm going to use myself as an example because I've been through this journey and I'm still growing through this journey, but I'm still good friends with people that I grew up with when I was a little kid, so I will always keep friends when I was growing up, through high school, through college. Your friends are your friends. I'm not saying to ditch your friends, but what I'm saying is this, that if you want to grow and you want to become more and you want to stretch yourself, you need to start getting in the crowd and start hanging around people that are more successful than you, because it is fact that your income usually, most likely, the majority of the time, directly is reflected to the 5 people you spend most of your time with. So if you're getting in those inner circles and you're connecting with people that are where you want to go, like they say, find somebody that has what you have and do what they do. If you connect yourself with those higher people, you in fact are going to grow. You're going to think differently. You're going to make different decisions. You're going to show up every day living a life of intentionality. You're going to make different sacrifices. You're going to have aha moments because you're going to learn. So then this is the big question. The next question was, well, David, I get it. Like, I get what you're saying, and I get, in fact, that if I surround myself with more successful people, that my income and my wealth and my success is going to grow. But, like, the thing I don't understand is, how am I supposed to get there? Like, how am I supposed to get there? Because I haven't been there and I don't know those people. And that is a phenomenal question. And that one was a comment by Lisa Woodrum. So what I like to do, and what I have learned, and what was taught to me, and I love love to give my example, because this is exactly what I went through. So when I first became a Beachbody coach and I was brand new, I wanted to hang out with those top coaches in the company. I wanted to hang out with those other, other 6-figure earners or coaches that are millionaires, the elite, the less than 1%. But I said, how am I going to get there? Or how am I, I wanted to be able to speak in front of, thousands of people. How am I going to get to that level? And I remember John Maxwell said this, and guys, this is the biggest nugget I want to give you right now. John Maxwell, the leadership expert and author, New York Times bestseller, has a ridiculous amount of books. He said early on, when you're on your success journey and you're trying to grow, your mentors are going to be the books that you read. It's going to be the authors. It's going to be the videos you listen to, and it's going to be the books that you read and the authors that you have. And this is why. Because when you read the books on how to grow, they're going to teach you the necessary skills that you need to take to get to the next level. And if you continue to consistently grow, work on yourself, you work harder on yourself than you do on your job, and you continually grow, you're going to learn the skills, you're going to learn the mindset, you're going to learn what it takes to get to that level. And eventually, when you get to that level, then you will be able to attend events, and you automatically have earned the right to be in those smaller groups. Like something that Eric Thomas always says in his videos, and I love it, is execution is worshipped. And what that means by that is what you say is nothing. It's not what you say with your mouth. It's the actions that you do. And once you execute, like, you want to work so hard that eventually you don't need an introduction wherever you need to go. If you really try, like, they know who Bill Gates is. We know who Michael Jordan is. We know, all these, very successful people, they don't need to introduce themselves. So the point being is that if you want to get to that level, then you need to start growing yourself with the stuff that you're fueling your brain with each and every day, with the books that you read and the videos maybe you're watching. There's tons of videos, on YouTube. I've been watching Eric Thomas, every single day, probably for the past 4 or 5 years. I've traveled and spent money to go to his live events. I've traveled and seen other people speak. I read about 2 books a month now. I'm constantly listening. I'm constantly growing. I've seen John Maxwell live. I've seen Darren Hardy live. I've seen so many people live, and that's given me the mindset and the skills to get to the next level. And now let me fast forward to today. For many of you guys that know I'm doing the Hey Bro show with Scotty Hobbs, like Scotty Hobbs is at another level in coaching, but I got to the level to get connected with Scotty, and now we're great friends. But a couple years ago, I wouldn't even been able, to get to know Scotty, because at some of the big Beachbody events, when they had, say, the VIP parties or parties for the top people, I didn't earn the right to be in that circle. And once I did, I started having conversations, socializing with these top people, started becoming friends with them, and now I engage with them. I learn from them. We bounce ideas off of each other. But there were many, many guys, if you want to get there were many, many dark nights of blood, sweat, and tears that people don't see when I was by myself, just reading, grinding, trying to figure it out, trying to respect the levels, realizing there is no glass ceiling. It's about you have to work with where you are, because where you are with what you have is plenty. So you had to respect the level. You had to get to the next level. And then when you get to that level, you get to the next level. Continue to read. Continue to get books that are going to stretch the way you think, increase your skills. Continue to watch videos that are going to grow your mind. I don't watch garbage on TV, guys. I don't even really watch the news. Like, it's garbage. I want to grow my mind, and people say, like, David, how'd you get there? Why? Because I'm constantly fueling myself with things that are going to stretch me. So my question to you is, if you're somebody that's newer and you're somebody that's trying to grow and you love to be in the circle of, I want to be, with Gary Vaynerchuk, or I want to be able to go to like these high events and learn from these people, well, you got to execute on the level with where you're at. You have to, you have to remember, work with what you have with where you are, because what you have is plenty. That was a quote I learned. Work with what you have with where you are, because what you have is plenty. So when you work with what you have and you respect that, eventually as you grow, you're going to end up being at events, being at places, being at social gatherings, being invited to parties of people of that caliber. So what happens, guys, is naturally, this goes back to my original thing, when you start hanging around these people more, you're going to realize that you can step up even more, you can grow even more, and then, then in fact you become more successful in your life. So it absolutely can happen. I think of my own journey. I think that I'm still in the journey. I'm still grinding. I'm now trying to think of, even higher levels. How do I get there, and how? I'm just going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to read. I'm going to continue to listen to videos. I'm going to continue to invest in myself and get to events. And I'm going to continue every single day, no matter what, whatever life throws at me, that I'm going to grow myself so I can become more each and every day. So I hope that answers your questions. Real people doing some spot only live sports on TV, please. Yeah, yeah, Sparky, you're right. Like, so when I'm working, NHL, Stanley Cup Finals, NBA Finals, but other than that, guys, I don't watch sitcoms. I don't watch, I don't watch seasons of TV. Like, I do not do it. I'm working, I'm grinding, I'm hustling, I'm reading books. Like Kristen and I, we have big stretch goals, buying a summer home on the ocean. When originally our goals were, let's pay a car payment. Then it grew to, let's maybe pay off all our debt of $100,000. Then it was, wow, can we get Kristen to the level to retire her from her career? And then we're there. And now it's like, how do we build to maybe get to the millionaires club? How do we get to, have a summer home? And it's respect the levels. I'm just going to continue to grow. You can't stop, guys. You can never, if you stop, you're either growing or you're going the other way. You can never stay the same. If you don't use it, you lose it. So every single day I'm consistent about it, no matter what. And that is the answer to the question. So for right now, if you're just starting off, you need to start reading. John Maxwell is a great author. Darren Hardy, The Compound Effect. Jen Sincero, You Are a Badass, is another book. Right now, there's a book I'm reading, a new one, You Are a Badass at Making Money. I'm also reading Daily Limits by John Maxwell. I also have what's another audio I'm listening to? I'm trying to think. Let's think here. Oh, Think and Grow Rich is another one that I'm also listening to. I have 3 different things going on. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Jen Sincero, You Are a Badass at Making Money, and No Limits by John Maxwell. Like 3 books to grow my mind. So right now, your mentors, the people that are going to help you get to that level, are your authors, books that you read, videos you watch. All right, guys, so I'm going to go back, have some family time with my kids. I hope this was of value to you guys. If you're watching it, you maybe share the video, click like. Otherwise, guys, tomorrow at 2 p.m., Scotty and I will be on here with the Hey Bro Show, episode 5, to help so many of you guys with what tomorrow's topic is. So I will talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your Friday night. Talk to you guys. Bye-bye.